Real quick, we wanted to let you know that the National Association of Professional Mortgage Women will be celebrating their 50th anniversary here in Seattle, where it all started. Get in on the action and attend the highly anticipated trade show and the kickoff event. It all starts Wednesday, May 14th at the Seattle Airport Marriott from 4 to 7:30 p.m. Also, there will be a safe CE 8-hour comprehensive continuing education class available to all. Hey, we highly recommend you make it out and visit www.napmw.org for more information, or simply click the link below.
Hey, before we get started, let's talk about some good news. The employment numbers were released a few days ago, and guess what? They actually look pretty good. We all love when people go back to work, right? Well, we've added 857,000 payroll jobs this year alone. If this continues, this could be the best year since 1999. We're not going to bore you with unemployment and job talks, but it is good news and something we can go tweet or Facebook or MySpace it. Now, if you've watched our show for any amount of time, you've seen this graph several times, and we've watched the numbers creep back up, and I'm happy to point out we're back to pre-recession levels. That may be boring to you folks, but it is some good news and something that should be talked about and something we should share with our friends and clients. Now, let's get to work. Inman News posted a cool article titled 5 Ways to Win Leads Before the Three-Headed Monster Does. These types of articles don't normally pull me in, but for some reason I bit and I read the article. And it was actually pretty good, and it talked about the best strategies for realtors when posting a new listing. Here's the opening statement that grabbed me. Are you tired of having 3 other agents' pictures displayed prominently next to your listing on another brokerage or listing portal, especially when your contact information is buried almost where nobody can find it? While it's difficult to slay the three-headed monster, there are steps you can take to limit its destructiveness to your business. The three-headed monster, of course, being Realtor.com, Trulia, and of course, the big one, Zillow. Now, lenders, I'm sorry this show isn't necessarily for you, but feel free to share this info with your referral partners. It is good value, and it will certainly help their business. Okay, let's keep this short and sweet. Problem. You go to list a home, only to find out the best areas and placements in these portals are already taken and have been purchased by savvy agents with huge budgets. You have the listing, it's your client, it's your house, but those with the biggest budget farm the leads and bring the buyers. Frustrating, right? That's the problem. Here's the question. How do I get better search results and SEO to drive traffic to me and not my competitors? Great question that gets asked all the time, and now you can see why I read this article and I'm now bringing it to you. Now to the answer. Inman breaks it down in 5 steps, and we won't talk about them all, but we will hit them, and if you'd like to dive deeper into the strategy, we will post the link down below. Number 1, plan ahead. Okay, obviously nothing earth-shattering here, but they do have some insight that most of us probably already know. Basically, most real estate searches take place over the weekend. In fact, one study shows that if you list a house on Friday, on average it will receive about 19% more page views, be about 12% more likely to sell in 90 days, and will sell for $500 more per $100,000 in sales price. If you follow up immediately holding both a Saturday and a Sunday open house, you'll greatly increase the probability of getting the maximum number of leads through your listing in the first 48 hours. Okay, again, nothing earth-shattering there, but pretty good insight. Number 2, tweet it. Tweet it or Facebook, or again, MySpace, I don't care. I still scratch my head as to why this method isn't used more. It typically takes search engines 12 to 24 hours for a new listing to show up. Twitter and Facebook are immediate and immediately get eyes on your product. Pay a little bit to boost your post and you'll start to see the power of social media. 3, Google Plus first, meaning SEO experts now suggest the smart place to make sure your property is staged and your property video is shot prior to the time you list the property. Then, the moment the listing goes live, immediately post on Google Plus, the first thing you do. This supposedly increases the speed at which Google can find you. They go on to talk about Google Hell and how your content goes there. You might want to read up on that part because you want to make sure that your content and your client doesn't go there. 4, become your own syndicator. Now you'll want to read this one, but here's the takeaway. If you have a Facebook business page, post your listing photos there, do separate posts at various times of the day that include your Pinterest and YouTube links as well. Do not post these on your personal profile page since it violates the Facebook terms of use and annoys your Facebook friends. That one could go either way. Number 5, how consumers really search. Research from Oodle, the company that powers the Facebook marketplace, as well as millions of real estate searches every month, shows that consumers search for property in 3 ways: by city, street, and zip code. While agents paying for prominent placement on these syndicated sites are hoping that someone will see their ad and call them, Google doesn't bring up their contact information. It brings up the information about their property, sorting it by address, street, and zip code first and foremost. Now, there is a second article that complements the first one nicely and talks more about the strength and weaknesses of the 3-headed monster, and also talks about premium placement for listing agents. They're both a really good read, and we'll certainly share the links down below for you. Now, before you jump on this, let us know your thoughts down below. Are some of you already doing this? And if so, how's it working? Loan officers, did you find this valuable and interesting enough to share with your realtor friends and partners? I hope so. Either way, there you go. That's our 2 cents for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next week.